What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of a Q&A session that I'll be doing here today. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you do want to ask me a question, I've seen a lot of people asking questions in the comment sections of the actual video, and that's fine, but just keep in mind I only answer questions on video that are asked on this website. So I'm going to leave a link, very first link in the description, but without wasting any more time, let's just move on to what you've all been waiting for, which is the first question, which is from an anonymous person, and he pretty much asks, who do you think the strongest Dragon Ball Z / Dragon Ball GT or Dragon Ball AF character is? P.S. You're awesome. Now, I really appreciate that, man, but moving on to your question, I think it's very hard to go past Whis. I feel like Whis just is a being that cannot be touched. I mean, obviously you have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you have Zykel from Dragon Ball AF, who is obviously a Super Saiyan 5, but when fighting someone like Whis, Whis can transcend time. And I feel like a lot of people just, brush that off like, oh, well, how is he going to use that in a fight? What would we be without time? We wouldn't be anything without time. We wouldn't exist without time. And since Whis can essentially manipulate that to however he wants, then I just see Whis being untouchable. I don't see someone being stronger than Whis in the Dragon Ball Z universe that has been introduced thus far. So Whis is so far at the top. I recently made a video saying the strongest there is in Dragon Ball Z, and I pretty much just went through all of Whis' features, and he is just unstoppable. Like, if he wanted to, he could destroy everything, but Whis, until they write a character that, is stronger than Whis, which I do think is going to happen in the new Dragon Ball Z series, I feel like it has to happen, for the series to progress. Whis so far, as of today, as of the 9th of May 2015, Whis is just at the top. No one can surpass him because he has the very unique ability of transcending time and space. Moving on to the next question, which is Gotenks vs Goku. Also, I'm a YouTuber and I made a video on it. What do you think? Well, I'll watch that video later and I'll pretty much comment on that and do whatever I have to do. But going to your question, Gotenks vs Goku, I personally think, as in terms of just raw power, like if we were measuring a power level, if we were measuring Goku and Gotenks as a power level, I think Gotenks would have a higher power level. I think Gotenks would exert more energy, would exert, an overall higher power level than Goku as a Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu Saga, because that's, the only reasonable time we can compare them. We can't really compare them in Battle of Gods, because obviously Goku would destroy Gotenks. But, who would win in a fight? Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 or Goku Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu Saga? I think it would have to go to Goku, just because it's Goku, for one, and he has much more experience than, an 8-year-old. I just don't see Goku losing to Gotenks if he was all out Super Saiyan 3. Gotenks may have a higher power level, but what is a high power level if you don't know how to use it? So, I think, I'd have to give it to Goku. So moving on to the next question, which is, if Goku and Vegeta stayed fused, could Vegeta go God with the help he needed, because he is the blood of two Saiyans? And I think Trent, who's the guy that asked the question, I watched my previous video my previous questions of the week, and I brought up that Vegeta would have been screwed if he stayed fused all through Battle of Gods, because he wouldn't have been able to turn into a god. And it makes sense that he would have the blood of two Saiyans, but would he have the soul of two Saiyans? And it's very, very difficult to say. It could go either way. Akira Toriyama could write it either way, but from what we saw in Revival of F, we don't even know if Vegeta got the help of all the Saiyans. Like, I haven't seen Revival of F yet, but I don't know if Vegeta got the power from all the Saiyans. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he achieved it some other way. Because if you can achieve it some other way, then of course Vegeta would be able to do it. But I don't know how Vegeta achieved Super Saiyan God. But if it was through the ritual, if the only way to achieve Super Saiyan God was through the ritual, I think that Vegito, Akira Toriyama could write it like that, but I mean, I personally don't see it happening because Vegeta was one person. He isn't two people. But I mean, you could argue it either way. I do see like both sides to this, but I mean, it's just very difficult. And I don't see Vegeta turning into a god with the help of only 4 Saiyans. I mean, it would just go against the whole ritual, which we don't even know if they need the ritual, but moving on. Next question is, would you ever consider watching some anime series that you haven't seen that are relatively short, like 13 to 40 episodes, and doing reviews on each episode? Now, I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to the idea, but until I find an anime, the thing with me and anime is, like, I obviously like anime. I make Dragon Ball Z videos, which is an anime, but I watched Dragon Ball Z, and that sent the benchmark pretty high for me for animes. Like, Dragon Ball Z, it set the benchmark, and then I went on to watch Death Note, and that set the benchmark even higher. So, I mean, until I find an anime that's just, you know, good, that, you know, it doesn't have to be as good as Death Note. I don't expect anything to, you know, be as good as Dragon Ball Z or Death Note. It's not that Dragon Ball Z is even, you know, that good. It's just that it's, I mean, I just like it so much, and that's just what I like. But yeah, I mean, I definitely would. 13 episodes doesn't sound like too much time, and doing reviews on it, that'd be fine. I wouldn't have anything against it. I'd have to find an anime that, you know, I genuinely took interest in. Now moving on to the next question, which is, why was Vegeta's final flash so powerful that it worried even Cell? Is it that potent of a technique, or did we as an audience just underestimate Vegeta? Because I don't think anyone saw that epic yellow beam coming. I think it worried Cell because Cell just wanted to play with Vegeta. I mean, when Vegeta did the final flash, I mean, Cell stood there. He just stood there, and I mean, Cell isn't a dumb fighter. He has the genes of Piccolo and Frieza and Vegeta himself, and even Goku. And Cell took it head on, knowing that he would live. He knew that he was going to live. And at the end, when he had his whole like body blown to bits, he was like playing with Vegeta. Like, if you go back and watch the episode, Vegeta was like laughing at him. He thought that he legitimately beat Cell, and Cell was just there laughing. Like, he regenerated and he started laughing at Vegeta. And I mean, that's the whole reason. I don't think it's that like special of a technique. I mean, it's a very awesome technique. That's definitely one of my favorite moments. But I mean, I don't think it's a potent technique. I don't think the audience actually underestimated Vegeta. I actually think the audience overhyped Vegeta as soon as he came out of the hyperbolic time chamber, because everyone was saying 16 said that Vegeta's power was actually exceeding Cell's, but for some reason Cell was, you know, winning the fight. So I think we didn't think we underestimated him, we overestimated him. So that's just my opinion on that. Now moving on to the next question, which is base Vegito versus base Gogeta. If both sets of Goku and Vegeta are the same, I'd say Vegito is way stronger fusion myself. What's your opinion? I've seen Kwaman and Black and Fist's video. Thought for talk, I already agree with them. I just like your opinion. Now, I mean, yeah, I think Vegito is, you know, much stronger than Gogeta. Just because of the Elder Kai. He said that he actually was making fun of the Metamories fusion. I think that, you know, he was legitimately making fun of the Metamories fusion, of how weak it was. So, Vegito, like, any day. And it would actually be very interesting to see a base form Gogeta, because, I mean, that's pretty awesome, honestly, to see a base form Gogeta. That's actually going back to my why does Gogeta have red hair video that I'll maybe link in the description if I remember. But, I mean, yeah, Vegito takes it any day of the week. Oh my god, I'm tired. So I'm probably going to answer one more question, then just get this video up and, you know, head off to bed. And out of all the questions, this one was my favorite, and it's pretty much asking, is Jace really from Space Australia, and more specifically, Space Queensland? Well, I mean, it's not like he's from Space China. Like, I mean, obviously he's from Space Australia, possibly Space New Zealand, I don't know. Anyway guys, I want to thank you for watching another Q&A session. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'm just going to throw this in at the end of the video for people who actually watched the entire thing. If you're going to ask questions, try and keep the Dragon Ball Z questions on a moderate level. Like, I mean, I love answering Dragon Ball Z questions. It's just, I mean, over and over and over again. I'd like to get some, you know, I'd like to get some sort of diversity going on with these Q&A sessions. So if you could do that, that'd be great, and I'll see you guys next time.